Hello and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. I'm Absurdities. This is episode 2 of our first playthrough here on YouTube. Let's get into the text first of all. A dwarven outpost. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Etesalon. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodging ere the jaguars get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins at this place, Tithalineth. Playcities. Strike the earth. Indeed, we will. And let's hit OK and pause immediately. Because what I like to do, first of all, our poor dwarves here are all naked. They're going to go ahead and get some clothes on. And we're going to have a look around the area a little bit. And I'm going to kind of show you how I like to start my fortresses. I'm thinking this area here looks to be kind of prime area. And I'm going to let you in to the fact that I'm still relatively new to this game, even though I bought it on Steam as soon as it came out and started playing. I have not played years and years and years of Dwarf Fortress. So in some ways, I'm almost I use planning as a bit of a crutch. And included in that is using DF hack, which I can access with Control-Shift-D. And I use the reveal. Now, some people won't like this. That's fine. This reveals the underground caverns. And I'm going to mostly pay attention to where the first cavern layer is, because I want to kind of plan around it. I don't want to keep it visible the whole time, as well as the stuff below. But I want to be able to plan my initial fortress because I have a very specific idea of what I want to build, and I want to make that kind of fit in with what we have here, rather than trying to regenerate over and over and find the spot that suits. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down on my mouse and start to look underground and see how many layers. So first of all, we're at layer 46 at our first ground level. And this is good. I'm seeing nothing so far. In fact, I think there's something wrong if I'm not seeing anything. Okay, let me go back up. Maybe it was the last time I played with this, I forgot to... Or, let's go unreveal. Rev forget. There's nothing to forget. Fine, reveal. Okay. So, now what do we have? Again, 46. There we are. So, 36, we start to see the next level. And that's all I really want to know. I also kind of want to know, is there water under here? There is. So that tells me 37, 46 to 37 is what I have to work with. I think that'll work perfectly for what I want to do. And when it comes to that... this area I will probably end up dumping a bunch of water into. Because that's part of my plan, is to have a waterfall go through the middle of the base. It is very good for keeping your dwarves happy for some reason. They love waterfalls. I don't know, I get it. I love waterfalls. So, yeah, that'll be that. I find things are very slow to respawn right now. So, what am I looking at here? If I were to kind of just eyeball it, I'd say this is where I want to make the entrance to the fort. And it works fairly well. So, if I go here in the mining menu, this is going to be a bunch of planning at first. Kind of choose... yeah, this area here, all the way up. We're going to call that our central staircase. We're going to do several. Click once to start, click again to end, scrolling through your levels. And you know what? I don't even want a central staircase. I'm forgetting. I'm starting to immediately build what I would normally build in the past. This gives me a frame of reference, though, so it's not all bad. But I also kind of want to know how many levels we have. But we have a lot of levels between the first cavern layer and the next, which may end up resulting in us going even deeper. But I mean, we're going to go deep at some point. Don't snicker. Let's see. No, I think that's more than enough area to contend with. 46, kind of call it 44 through 37. That's 7 levels. Maybe not. I might just have to show you folks what I have in mind. So, sadly, I'll leave the central one as a marker. So, on the top, we're going to have a bit of an overfort, not a whole lot. Defensive, mostly defensive. The trade will happen below ground, and all of the crafting and stuff will happen below ground. Basically, on the surface, we're going to have some surface defenses and a surface farm. That'll be what we start with. And I don't think we need to occupy this whole little jut out here. Let me have a quick look down here. Yeah, we could. Meh. Why am I mehing? So, anyways, we're going to start with ramps. If we start with, oh yeah, this is a channel, not ramp. Ramp you kind of make a ramp going up. Channels, you make a ramp going down. If we start here, and then just keep an eye on this. So we're making a little bit of a run up, so to speak. And I've never tried building this on the vertical before. Usually I come in at this horizontally. So this is just kind of new for me, and that's okay. Go down, 3 there. We're getting the Angry Hounds soundtrack a lot today. Music for Dwarf Fortress is pretty great, I must say. Maybe that's just the area. Maybe that's the untamed wilds of it. So still, pardon me, still lots of area to work with there. So what I'm going to do is have this come, oh, what is that, 6, 7, something like that. Oh, we got to go down one. And then down there, but also at this point, I think we're going to be into our first area. Now, I am going to shout out Quill18, and one of my favorite YouTube playthroughs of Dwarf Fortress was his 7 Pillars Fortress. We're not going to go quite as themed in terms of the cast system that he was using, but I liked his central, like the grand entranceway to the fort. I really enjoyed. So I'm going to do something a little bit like that. So it may be hard to see. We have mining, which is going to mine at this level, and then we have channeling, which is going to channel down to the next level. So this whole level will, in this area, except for this bit, will be dug out. I think maybe we'll extend that a little bit more. And then down here, we're going to be doing our trade. I also have plans to turn this area into a shooting gallery. Quite literally a shooting gallery. So if we happen to have some baddies down there, we can shoot them. Surprise. So I quite like that. I may use the wrong tool. Play with this shape a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Slightly more ovular. Yeah, let's go with ovular. Oh, hello. Why aren't you clicking? So those will become important later. But down here, at this level, we're going to have some stuff dug out. I think what we'll do is we'll let our dwarves dig that far. And that'll be that. First, though, let's have a look at them here. We need to do some stuff. I need to get my eyes wrapped around this stuff again. So tasks, they're all going to pick up equipment, labor. Don't show that again. We are going to tell these 5 miners we only want them to mine. Only selected do this. These 5 are going to mine. Fishing, I don't think needs to happen right now at all, so we'll just turn that off. Or we could say everybody does this, but no, nobody does this right now. And plant gathering will be everybody does this, and that's good. We're going to have a fair amount of trees. Stupid amount of trees, actually, to cut down. Because we want this whole area cleared out. We're going to have a lot of wood for a while. Boy, are the elves going to be angry. Poor elves. Deal with it. So that'll create a nice little clearing, and we'll be able to work from there. So let's start time. Oh no, you know what I did? I just did that. What I need to do is rev forget. Forget you ever saw anything underground. That's what I'm doing. Because we inadvertently kind of revealed the locations of baddies. Oh, and I've totally screwed it up, haven't I? Totally screwed it up. Well, on the upside, I think we save as soon as we start. Give me 1 second, I'll fix that. And we're back. Okay, so a little bit's changed. I had to load up the autosave. And this is just a dirt road that they're going to make before we start digging down. And I did decide we're going to go a little deeper. So we will go down here and then head north and go down. Take a little bit of a turn, continue down, right down through the first cavern layer, and then we will establish our shooting gallery / super cool gallery area. That'll be where the trading thing is. I think I will go a little wider with this, though. Something like so. And then we're going to get down to the fort proper. And once we get down into this stuff, we will see what's up. Obviously, we've got a little volcano to deal with, and I don't know what is up with that, these lines, but I'm going to assume they're safe, because they're only 1 thick. Of course, this is not safe, but we'll stay away from it for now. But this will be the start of our crafting level, and then as we go down, we'll do our living level, and so on and so forth. So let's get back up to the top. Not make the same mistake I did before. Basically, what I need to do is go unreveal, map hidden, and then we go down and we can see nothing of what we saw before. Now, as I said, some people may not be happy that I do that, but that's okay. You can be unhappy with it. I don't mind. I don't mind hearing your feedback. But the role playing I'm going with is that in times past, ancient dwarves, I mean, the world's only 150 years old, but let's not get into that, came and using their divining rods, their pure silver divining rods, managed to map out from the surface where the first cavern layer was, and found a safe path to get underneath the first layer. Long since fell into ruin, whatever shaft they might have had, or if they just did it from the surface, then, you know, we just found some old maps and we went, yes, this is the place to go. So here we are. Let's unpause. All our dwarves grab their tools and set to work. So they're going to start doing this road, which is good. It's just going to clear the plants off the area. There we are. And now we want to, I'm going to pause real quick there. I want to establish our channel down. Yeah. So they're going to go down there and go off this way. It's going to be a little weird. Whatever road we have, I think will come in from here. So they'll go down, but then immediately start going that way. So it's a bit of a loopy ramp. Don't ask. It's just Dwarf Fortress things. It doesn't matter. And let's have them do that. Now we do need to go back into the labor menu since we kind of started over. Turn off fishing, turn off, yeah, turn on miners, and carry on. Begin the digging. Alert. Something has collapsed on the surface. Oh, did we already screw it up? No? No, they're still going up and down. So we're doing okay. What do we have here? Andesite. Oh, the doctor cancels fell tree, unconscious. Oh my gosh. The doctor fell unconscious. I guess they had a tree come down on their head or something. That's not a great start. Let's have a look at the doctor here. He's a good doctor. They are tough, which is really good. Poor spatial sense. Maybe they shouldn't be the one cutting trees. Values sacrifice, disdains hard work, and is fearful overall. Satisfied after felling a tree, content after a bath, annoyed after choking on dust underground, was confused after being knocked out during a cave-in. Why did we have a cave-in? I don't know. Anyways, that's our doctor. I won't get into the deep personality things right now. This is a lot of andesites. That is okay. So we're just digging down and down and down. What do we have here? Marble. That's good. I believe that's a flux stone. We have struck red tourmaline, malachite. I see. Yep. There's the malachite. This is a lot farther down, I would say, than I would normally do. What did we strike there? Red tourmaline again? But why not try something new and different? I'd usually just stay in the first 10 or so layers, but I wanted to go underneath the first cave. We're not going to see it at all from the point we saw before, just the setup. Until we just so happen to dig into it. Which will be necessary at some point to do the waterfall, I imagine. I'll need to know where that is, because I've forgotten already. I've got goldfish brain. Here we are, already down to digging out the main gallery. You can see they're pretty quick at digging down. 5 of them makes a big difference for sure. One thing I will do on this level is using this. Yeah, we're going to remove the slopes from the side of that ramp. So enemies and friendlies can only come down these 3 tiles here, down into this layer. Just like so. Now they've got an awful lot to dig out. I'm going to go into priorities here and designate this area. This area. That's where our first stockpile is going to be. And in this central area, that was just kind of a marker. We can remove that. There will be some rooms in here at some point. I'm hoping these 3 will go dig this out. You can see our cat running around in there. We could zoom in a little bit if I can choose the right key. The cat's gone again. There we go. Everybody's thirsty. So this is one thing, of course, that I didn't plan initially, we've got to have a central staircase for these dwarves to go up and down. We don't want them going down that crazy path every time. So I do have thoughts about putting it maybe here. So we might be discovering that cavern sooner than later. We'll probably just dig right up into it. There's a couple things that we'll do before that, though. First thing, workshops. I don't remember. Oh yeah, this one, the stoneworker makes stone furniture here as well as blocks which are used in construction. So yeah, blocks. We're going to need those. I'm going to go ahead and line up with that right there. Now we do have this filter come up. For now, maybe we'll just choose... Oh, that's Gabbro. Well, we'll let them do whatever they want to make it out of. Just start by placing 1 right there. How about 2 right there? Hopefully one of the dwarves will come down. And build those. I think at the back here we'll just have 3 wide paths. We could turn it into 5. There's a reason I do 5 wide, and that is simply this. I can put the workshops all through this kind of central hallway. Think of it like, I don't know, key cutters in a mall. You know, they've got their kiosks in the middle where they do the work. It's highly social, people going by all the time. That's how I like to think of it. And we dig out some access between them all over here. Here, I want to have some rooms. Those 3 might end up being initial offices. And then we could do a couple more rooms. Maybe one can be a small infirmary, and the other can be like a mess hall. I think this will be the trader's office. It'll be right where we do the trading. Speaking of which, trade depot, we can put down right there. Okay, these are made. That's great. That is really great. One thing I'm going to do is turn these guys off of only do mining for the moment, because we're pretty far along already. I can remember how to turn down the speed, I'll turn down the speed a bit. But not the worst thing that we're getting through the initial stages here. Again, carry that out there. We're going to go 5 wide back here. We're going to go 5 wide back here. So these are the main crafting halls and such. These will be stockpiles, these 4 areas here. Now, I'm going to pause for a second. We need to open the work order menu. Work orders, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I know to use them, so I'm going to use them. If you guys want to look into that, we can look at a more ready version later. But to start, we can't place any work orders. Why is that? Well, we need to actually set someone to be our administrator. We have Rith as the expedition leader. We need a manager, and that will be the person with the organization skill. Chief medical dwarf, that's our doctor. Broker, also the person with the social skills. Bookkeeper, the record keeper. Messenger, none of the rest of it matters right now. They do need offices at some point, but I don't believe it's until we reach 20 pop. So, now with that done, we should be able to, yes, add work orders. So, what do I want to start with? Blocks. Make rock block. And we want to say, okay, yeah, make 10. We're going to click this button here. Amount of rock blocks is less than a lot. Less than 150. We want them to do it every day. Non-economic rock has got to be over 10, though. So, those are the conditions. So, hopefully someone will start to make rocks right away, like you, medical dwarf. We're paused. Unpause. So we've got 2 of those workshops, which means 2 dwarves can have it. Now, I want to also go in here and start painting stockpiles. So we're going to have 1 giant stockpile there. We're going to have it on all, but we're going to go into custom, and this is nice. Corpses and refuse are turned off automatically. I'm also going to turn off rock and stone entirely for this stockpile. Now, it's an awful long way to haul stuff from the surface, right? From this area, and including from over here. So I got to go down there and then blue, all the way around. It's too far. We need a staircase. We definitely need a staircase. So let's consider that. If we go straight up, we're still on the proper side of the river. That's important. I'd really like to get some dwarves making bricks, though. So, let's pause it. Go back into our labor menu. Stone cutters, I believe. We have a proficient stone cutter in you. We're going to have you do it. Maybe that's not it at all. No, stone cutters, it's weird. There's too many names for stone professions, in my opinion. That's not the one we want to do quite yet. Let's add a new work detail. I think maybe we'll just do stone working. Stone carving, stone cutting. I think it's a stone carver we need. It's so weird having all of these. All of the different stone professions. I mean, it makes sense. It's Dwarf Fortress, but it's a little confusing for a pea-brain like me. Masonry, stone carving, stone cutting, stone engraving. These are all like very similar. Under stoneworking, which is like, yeah, okay. But I think it is stone carving we need. Because there's also stone crafting, don't forget. Is that in here somewhere? Stone crafting. Yeah. So there's a lot of them, and they're all pretty much synonyms, so it's a little confusing. Not confusing at all to a dwarf. I'm not a dwarf. Sadly. Stone carving. Let's try that one. And you are a stone carver. So let's see if they go to work here. Just gonna sleep on the floor there. That's cool too. Cat wake you up. 64 years old, humorless, high kinesthetic sense, values eloquence, altruistic, patient, creative. What a nice dwarf. Humorless is kind of weird with the rest of it, though. They're very serious, but very kind. Okay, are you carrying... Yeah. No? Yeah? Yep. Make rock blocks. Dodok. Sathilketin. Is that the person we assigned to it? Nope, that's Zos. Zatamokin. Rith. No, okay. That's Zos. They're mining. I have no idea. I have to look it up, like, every time. Yeah. Did I have them on mining only? That might have been it. Do that only. And I might go ahead and make another one of these. Hopefully we have some rock blocks coming in. Any material? Let's do stone. How do we do stone blocks? This is just subsets. Blocks on, logs off, boulders off. There we go. So stone. No, not wood. Is that it? Escape, done. Okay. We'll put down a third one of those. I don't quite understand it. I gotta look it up. Give me 1 second. Stone cutters make stone blocks. So this is stone carving. No, okay. Delete, delete. Whoops. Like that, delete. Stone cutter. Okay, this is the Dodok is doing well. Yeah, we'll turn them onto that and turn them off of that for now, because they should be able to do that pretty quickly. No, you said you didn't want to do it. I say you want to do it. I just have to haul the stuff out of the way, that's all. Now, who is this? Zos? Zos seems to like their mining, so maybe we'll just keep them on mining entirely. Oops. There we are. Okay, so now we have lots of people making blocks. Blocks are good. Blocks are real good. One thing I also want to do before I forget is to smooth out this area. I feel like it's important we have an impressive area to begin with here. So that brings us to our next question. Who does this? Stone carver? Stone carver is a stone carver. No, you create furniture. Stone cutting. Stone cutting labor. Smoothing walls. Yes, okay. So stone cutter. I believe we already have a labor for that. Stone cutter. You are a proficient stone cutter. Do that. That's Dodok. Okay. I'm so confused. I'm so confused about these things sometimes. But are they doing it? Someone is doing it. Dodoc. Dodoc is doing it. Dodoc is the one we have assigned to it. Good. Still takes quite a while. Maybe we should have everyone do it. Maybe we should remove this so we can do underneath it. Ah, yes. It's also up here. Can we do it? Doesn't seem like we can. We can't walk up. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. We'll deal with it. It's like we can't walk up the slope that's here, the ramp, and smooth at the top of it. Which is a little frustrating. I guess I should have thought of that beforehand. In that case, we want to remove all those ramps. Just have the ramp there. We'll do it. We'll do it from the other way. Now, how many bricks do we have? How many blocks? Yeah, we still have fewer than 150. You know, I'm going to make that 250. I want a lot of blocks on hand at all times, frankly. Yeah, that's going to take a little bit. I feel like maybe I shouldn't be stone carving this early. Let's finish up the mining. Let's do that. We'll get that done. And there's also some other things we need to worry about as well, like defenses. We need to have a bridge here that we can retract and seal up the fort. And I also want to have one up here as well, so if we trap enemies down here, that would be pretty cool. Also, if we decide to, I don't know, go nasty on some elves, we can say raise the drawbridge that's here, raise the one that's here, and be mean to them. Be very, very mean. Take all their stuff, kill them if we so desire. It's always an option. You never know when the Cold War is going to go hot, right? It is now summer. Very nice. Now we do have a quarterly autosave. We are. What are we looking at in terms of where we are? It's down here. We're gonna have to carry on cutting these trees out, I guess. All the way down to there. It's gonna be a fairly large overfort. Unless I decide to do it in some kind of raised catwalk, which I might do. That might be fun. Let's have a look at making a staircase there. And one here. And we'll kind of twin them up here. And that'll be our staircases. Quick, direct access for the dwarves. Should have probably prioritized those, but it's fine. They're almost done this other stuff. in truth, we can go down. Struck cobaltite. Ah, okay. So as I assumed we would, we've now popped up into the cavern. So fair enough. Oh dear. Did we go up into water? Oh, we did. Oh, that's horrible. This fort might be over. This is why I look at these things. Shoot. Shoot. We are in trouble. We might be done. This is part of the issue with digging up from under. I should have thought about this beforehand. Again, normally I just go ahead and yeah, just normally go ahead and plan around that stuff. Let's let it go and you'll see what happens. It's just going to fill up this area entirely. We could try and be really cheeky and dig down and hope we can drain everything out into another cavern level. Of course, I fear for the lives of the dwarves that are going to be digging that. Yeah. We discovered a magma pool. And they're not going to build the staircase. Where did we discover a magma pool? All bad, all bad. Quickly. Build a staircase here. One there. This is like panic mode. I pretty much resigned that we're gonna be dialing back time a little bit. Let's see what happens. We struck a lot of stuff. Oh, we basically told it to go all the way down. A human maceman is visiting. Boy, have you got a mess to look at. The water's almost going to get there. Cat's eye, hematite, garnierite. Aha! We've discovered the next passage down. Ding dong. Some migrants have arrived. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's dig that out. Dig a little channel between those. Petitions. Dude just arrived here and wants to stay here to eradicate monsters. Bidoo? Bidoo. Who's Bidoo? Others. Bidoo, the human maceman. I don't know if we're going to take any humans. Maybe we will. Let's have a look at you. You are patient, values tranquility, poor analytical ability, overcautious, good memory, but also cruel. 70-year-old human. No. We're good. As nice as it is to have some warriors around. Now, how long before we drain that, I wonder? Oh my. Our grand hall is not so grand right now. It's starting to flow down here. Ah, I see. And we're full at the bottom. So it'll start to fill up this cavern. In theory, we can drain all this water out of the fort. It will just do it in time. Oh, man. But it's going to take ages. It's going to take ages. Well, let's consider this a lesson. Don't dig up when you know you're underneath a cavern layer. Not the best idea. Not at all. So, here is where we dig in. Water 2 of 7, 3 of 7, 4 of 7. Oh, it's going to be draining for a year. Several years. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pause it there, dial back time a little bit, and I'll come back to you. All right, remember this, everybody. It's a fort without water in it. Amazing. So obviously my choice of staircase was the wrong spot. I think what I'm going to do is use that information to our advantage again. Reveal. Yeah, so that was the area we hit right there. So the right side is pretty much off limits, which is too bad. I am a real big fan of symmetry, let me tell you. Chances of getting in there. Left side's not looking so great either. Well, maybe we make a central staircase right in there. Or 2 or 3 stairs, anyways. And we'll just have to live with the asymmetry of it. And then can we do something like dig out all around them? I suppose the backside isn't necessary. Okay, we'll have 3 stairs. They'll be cutting through there. That should be okay. Oh, I've totally erased the stairs. Silly me. Nope. They're still here on the top layer. There we go. Okay. I did the thing again. All right, and I undid the thing again. And then I put in some staircases again. We're just going to go right against the wall. Why not? Yeah. And in the next one, we'll go ahead and get this mined out again and move on. I'll probably catch up a little bit in the meantime. And yeah, hopefully in the next one, we get our migrant wave and start getting some bedrooms in, because people are going to start getting cranky without beds to sleep in. We're also going to have to look at replenishing food stocks and all of that. So the real meat, pun intended, of the playthrough is coming up in the next. Thanks for watching. Do leave your comments and subscribe for future content. All the YouTube things, I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.